And we are live. Welcome back, channel, everyone. Wow, what a crazy week. We're session 99 of my little returning music journey. Man, Ozzy, Hulk Hogan, kind of a crazy week. I'm still kind of baffled. Makes life real, I tell you what. Anywho, we're gonna come back to a little old school. This week's been, again, practicing every day. It's been going good. Stumbled across and I accidentally did a riff to Outshine by Soundgarden, which is kind of cool. Didn't do much riff work with other people's songs, just been working on my own stuff and playing around with that. Some of you may notice I have a little bit of a pedal setup here. We'll get to that in just a sec. However, I wanted to kind of go back and acknowledge a couple of comments, which is pretty cool. I know I'm going to be doing these weekly for a bit until all the rest of this craziness gets done. However, I got a few comments that I want to address and say shout out at Joel M4640. Thank you for the daily eardrum torture. I already responded to this, but hey, thanks for following along. I appreciate you. Dooley, if that's ear torture, you can lock me up and throw away the key and torture me all day. LOL, love it, J-Man. Keep it up, brother. Thanks, man. It's awesome. Yeah, it's been a nice reprieve after long days. It's been nice. And at SickNardy9457, went out and added my second guitar to my collection this week. Got a nice little Godin Session HSS. I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar with that guitar. Fun guitar that saves the miles on my PRS, haha. Also thinking it might be science experiment guitar like your PV. Yeah, I actually pulled the PV out because, wanted to give her some love. That's awesome. Yeah, I am thinking about doing something different on the PV because, speaking of PRSs, now that you mentioned that, the PRS, if some of you may have remembered, my PRS had a bunch of work done on it before I got it off Craigslist. He had different pickups, the Floyd wobbly system put on it, and which is cool, got that figured out, and it's stored upstairs. It's going to be there for a while. However, it has, apparently, the original PRS pickups for that style guitar apparently are pretty good. So what I'm thinking is replacing and doing a Frankenstein little, I don't know, like these StewMac pickups that I picked up that were kind of generic StewMacs. They're cool. However, it's always an exploration on at least one guitar, having some fun doing some modding. And I'm thinking about hollowing this out or basically just Frankensteining this even further and mounting one or both of those PRS pickups in there, but taking these two out and then possibly putting those there and just stacking them up. I don't know, but it could be a fun little experiment. Well, let's jam around a little bit. Today's going to be, our weekends are going to be amateur weekend ASMR guitar. So, however, this week I did acquire a couple of new little sonic gadgets, if you will. Let's jam a bit and then I'll pull the camera down. And yeah, I'm going to have to take you with me. I'm not doing the video editing. Probably won't be for a while. I realized how time consuming that was. And honestly, I'd rather be practicing guitar than spending 4 hours trying to edit a video that's 30 minutes. So there's that. Or I might just outsource it in the future, if I become a famous rock star. Ha. Check the old PV out and an old pedal that if I don't mess with it, doesn't crackle too bad. It's the Metal Zone MT2. And I had some fun with that this week for sure. So with that, let's have some fun. So that's clean channel, Orange 35. It sounds good, I gotta admit. Bite to it, and we're gonna go through all the guitars today. Be kind of I don't know how long it'll be, but we're gonna have some fun. I have the Memory Man. You know what? Let me just pull y'all down, and I'll show you what we got going on pedal-wise, because that'll be kind of fun. All right, bear with the wobbliness. I know it's gonna be. Hopefully, no one gets too seasick, moving everything around. So, but what we got going on? This was this week's little bit of fun. And so I got the memory mount, which I've had. That's going through the effects loop, which is pretty cool. And then all of these are chained just through the top, kind of the old-fashioned way, and not running through the effects loop. So that's what we got going on. So I got a Fat Sugar by MXR, and I got a compressor. And these two I've been messing with a lot of clean work this week, and that has been a lot of fun. So, all right, again, apologies on making everyone seasick. Lock it back in. Here we go. All right, so let's jam a bit, and I'll actually show you what some of this clean stuff sounds like through the compressor. I've heard people using compressors. I've heard about them in the past. Really never went down that rabbit hole. I wasn't really sure what. I gotta make sure that camera's pointing in the right direction. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're somewhere. All right, but check out some of the clean. Again, this is one of the reasons I want to swap this out back here. Is I just think that my previous DiMarzio double rail that I had back here actually sounded better than the StewMac. I'll be honest. It looks the same. They're identical. However, this here pickup, while it looks almost identical to the DiMarzio, it was half the price and doesn't sound the same. So there's that. But let's jam around a little bit on the Metal Zone. These are some of the things I've been playing around with this week. Click all these on. But it sounded cool. I'm digging the delay. It took me a long time to figure out just how to kind of play around with that, but I dig it. And the Fat Sugar, just kind of give you a little rundown of what sounds like dry. Oh, almost forgot I got to put some reverb on that. A little bit of reverb. So compressor adds this, which is pretty cool. It really brings out the sustain of like the clean notes, which I thought was really interesting. It changed how that 35 crush sounds altogether. Versus just carries it out, which is pretty awesome. And the Fat Sugar, we'll just go by the Fat Sugar by itself. And this is, I've been playing around with this a little bit. It's on low drive. It can be used as a boost pedal, apparently, which is pretty cool. However, I went down to Guitar Center last weekend and just wanted to, I need to get out of the house. That was one of the main things. And of course, who does like going to Guitar Center? Cruised down there and just got a basic Fender Strat, sat down and just played around with a bunch of pedals. And the Fat Sugar was and I really didn't get into reviews or anything like that. I've kind of stopped watching a lot of guitar stuff and just practicing. However, I was like, the best thing is what sounds good to my ear. And I just kept playing around with pedals and I was like, ooh, the Fat Sugar sounds pretty good. So this sounds better through the telly, to be honest. The action of this is set super duper low. It's got a nice, like, just drive to it. I can't shred yet, of course, but. Then we can add the compressor to that. But just the Fat Sugar by itself. If I turn the drive up on this is the pretty cool part. I gotta watch the tone though. It adds a lot of boost when you want it to. It's pretty cool. Dial that down just a little bit, come back to that. All right. Got a timer right though. Let's grab the telly, because the telly sounds tremendously different, in my opinion, than the PV, of course. Different setup altogether. And we'll go to the 7-string, same thing. Miss Jackson sounds really, really good with this little setup. So it's pretty cool. trying to not look the fretboard whatsoever. That is obnoxiously difficult because I'm tired of wearing my glasses when I play. Again, it's the timing on that delay. And of course, there's just something about that. I love this guitar. Because you can just rail on this thing. This is awesome. I can only hit that little harmonic every now and then, but it sounds cool as shit when I do it. I've also been doing speed drills or attempting to do speed drills and getting farther, like super fast top string and just bouncing back and forth. I find I kind of like that style. It's kind of becoming my like signature tone of just. Sounds cool. You have to have a sound, right? Can't consistently hit that double chugging, but it's coming along. Oh, it's a little riff I was fiddling with. Kind of more of a, I don't know if it's called prog metal or just kind of a different key signature. Maybe. I know that's not part of Outshine's riff, but I'm gonna steal it because it sounds cool. Nope. That might work. Nope. Time for Miss Jackson. She needs a little bit of love too. Ooh, it's getting warm. Starting to sweat a little bit. Hands are getting sticky. Ooh-wee. Starting to warm up here in Northern California, but that's a good thing. We need a little bit of heat. We've been on a cool spell for a bit. All right, I know we're gonna go right into. Yeah. We gotta turn that level down. These active pickups, woohoo, they are hot, hot, hot. D string instead of my drop D. I got to remember to use the D string for my open chord, for my open string. All right, it's about getting that D string. Changing the top string to the mid string is different. Looking at my fingers, it is so tough up there. I'm gonna lie. why we practice. If any of you can not look at your fingers all the time, I'm sure a lot of you can. Wow, it's tough. But you know, that's why I practice. Walking back up was like, ah. It's like trying to ride a bike blindfolded and half drunk. Cheating. I'm kind of using my peripheral vision a little bit. There we go. This diffuse a little. It's like my peripheral vision is my training wheels on a bicycle. We'll take off the delay. Alright, go look. It's a lot of reverb for the old Miss Jackson doesn't like a lot of reverb. It's probably these hot pickups, most likely. But we'll finish out with a little Miss Jackson off some of the high end. Take off the compressor. fun little Sunday session. Again, thank you all hardcore folks and dudes for following along. I appreciate you all greatly, and I will see you all next weekend for another little amateur ASMR. Peace.